Raider Ragu Show. Welcome in. Thanks for tuning in. Give a like, share, comment, subscribe on the YouTube page. Auto download on the audio portion. We appreciate it. Part 1.
Yes, sir.
Also, what's up with you, brother?
Don't forget the sponsors.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
SheBangBoutique.com, SHWBangBoutique.com. Go over there and get your girl something.
Yes, sir. You already know. Holidays coming up, so we'll get that.
Yeah.
All right. You already know, my brother, the season's here. The Hall of Fame game's tomorrow. So let's talk about every AFC team's top breakout candidate heading into the 2026 season.
Love that the Hall of Fame game is tomorrow, man. Can't believe it. We're here. We made it. Football fans.
We're here.
It's awesome.
Yes,
so,
sir.
All right. Let's go.
All right, let's start alphabetical order like we always talk about. And let's start with the Ravens. Breakout candidate. I'm gonna pick the edge. I'm gonna pick Mike Green on this one.
The young fella.
The young fella. I think that not thinking. I feel like he was in the second round last year, right? So he didn't actually exactly solve Baltimore's problem at the pass rush, which I feel like that's the reason why they drafted him.
Yeah.
But this year should show that the former, I think he went to Marshall, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. That he needs to prove what they drafted him there for. Improve that edge rushing, man. Because Baltimore's edge rushing has not been what it is for the past couple of years now. So I feel like he has what it takes. So I feel like he needs to be the candidate that helps that defense get over the hump. And the coach, right? The new coach is a defensive guy, if we're not mistaken, right? The new coach.
He certainly is. Mike Mentor. He is a defensive guy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is which brings me to my breakout candidate for these guys as well. That's going to be Malachi Starks.
Yes.
Right? The safety that they drafted high last year. Notre Dame, I believe it is. I just think, it's time for him to take that next step. He showed why they drafted him last year, certainly.
Yeah.
Made some good plays, had some brilliant moments, but the consistency wasn't there, and he wasn't even starting at first.
Really? I forgot he wasn't.
I think only for maybe like one or he was getting in, so it was really like a not starting in name because he was getting in a lot.
Right.
But now he's going to be full-time starter. They did some shuffling around right there in the secondary. Of course, they got one of the top safeties in the game in Hamilton. And this guy, I'm looking for him to be sort of like the running mate to Kyle Hamilton. Like these guys are going to be the strength of the ball club along with Roquan Smith, the strength of the defense.
Yeah, that's why I feel like Mike Green should definitely, even though they are rivals, the Steelers rivals.
I think I got a chance to have a really good defensive unit this year.
Yes, they do. They do, brother. They really do. Oh, man. So we both picked defensive guys. So
because, we know what they do on offense, right?
Defensive guys should be no-brainers. Yeah, definitely no-brainers.
They got the best quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, brother. Man, the Buffalo Bills, I'm not going to spend too much time on these clowns. I'm going to say Dalton Cade needs to be a breakout candidate. Some will say that Kincaid is an already established impact player, which I've seen him work, definitely that 2024 year. He was solid. But, last year was just a dump for him, which I'm like, damn. He was only injured for 2 games, but he just wasn't productive like that, he's a good route runner. You know, like I said, I can't really say nothing about his health. He only missed 2 or 3 games. So I feel like he needs to be the impact player that he was in 2024 to help the Bills offense progress, or especially under this new coach and under the former MVP, Josh Allen. So Dalton Kincaid needs to be a breakout candidate for the Buffalo Bills. I'm not quite sure what DJ Moore would bring to the table. He's new there. I know we talked about the kid Keon Coleman. He's going to be under fire.
And that brings me to my person. I'm glad you great lead in, my guy. Like, of course, we work together. So
yes, sir.
Thank you for mentioning that. And I'm gonna keep it consistent with what we had said on the other show about him getting off the pot.
Yes.
So yeah, all day long for me, it's gotta be Keon. And I'm saying that because it's gotta be him. Yeah. If it's not, he's gonna be looking at a different type of career path than I think he thought he was gonna have. And a lot of people thought he was going to have when he got drafted highly out of Florida State. So, Keon in Buffalo.
Man, excellent work. Oh, man. Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I feel this kid, I met this kid a few years ago. Great kid. His name is Miles Murphy. He lived in Marietta, Georgia when I lived out there. I'm gonna say this about you. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Miles. He went to Clemson. Miles, you have some big shoes to fill. He's an edge, I know, with Trey Hickers going. You guys' defense was lost in the chaos of a dreadful season last year. And this year is looking like some promising development. So no pressure because you do have Dexter there. You have Boyle Mayeth and Jonathan Allen. So Murphy, you should be poised to take full advantage of this year, my guy. You're going to have some great support system. So I feel you should be a breakout candidate for the Cincinnati Bengals defense. And it looks like which is headed in the right direction by revamping that defensive line. So I'm interested to see what you do, young fella.
Cincinnati. As far as breakout, this is a good question.
Yeah.
I would say somewhere on the line, because this is what they have been saying has been the problem, right? They can't keep Burrow upright. They're not saying Burrow's holding the ball too long. They're saying that it's the line's fault, right? So, I don't know, man. They got a young guy that starting. He's late claim to the left guard spot, Dylan Fairchild. I'm going to just pick a lineman.
Okay.
They need the unit of 5 to be good. And I feel like this kid is going to have to show improve as a pro guard.
Right.
Which he hasn't done, hasn't had the opportunity to do. So we'll see. I'm going to say that guy because he's a lineman and because we know they're loaded pretty much on offense. We know what the receivers bring. We know what the tight end brings. We know what the running back brings. We know what the quarterback brings if they're all there and healthy. Right. The replacement to Hendrickson, that's a good way to go about it. But defensively, not really something we talk about. I could have said Lawrence, but he's an established player in this league.
Exactly.
So I don't want to be talking about him breaking out because he got traded. So I know it's not the some people want to hear about of me talking about a guard, but it's football. Blocking and tackling is the game.
It's part of the game. Right.
And yeah, Dylan Fairchild, left guard.
Once again, I have to turn on my professional hat here. Another rival, another team I disgustfully, the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to say Quinshawn Judkins. So hear me out. So we all know he showed some flashes last year, right? He showed flashes of a brilliance before his rookie season was cut short by the injury. But let me ask you something, my guy. Do we think 827 yards, 3.6 yards per carry is an average of a true breakout? Is that a true breakout?
What was it again?
827 yards and 3.6 yards per carry. Carry average. Yeah.
800 plus yards in the league is nothing to shake a stick at. Don't get me wrong. That's not like some easy thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like the yards per carry. Maybe if you could have told it a little, 0.4 better, I can respect that. But respectable, though, nonetheless. A lot of people on this planet Earth that can't do that.
That's true. I'm going to honestly say, since these Browns have remodeled the offensive line, I feel like, this guy's heading into year 2. He's coming off an injury. He needs to be physical.
But I will tell you, Coop, watching him play last year, I feel where you're coming from. This dude is he looks to be a serious running back.
Yeah, he looks to be an explosive running back.
Yeah.
So I feel he should be a breakout candidate for him.
Yeah.
I will gamble my chips on him. Just gotta like I said, behind the new line. Let's see what happens, young fella.
And this is good because we don't have really any of the same guys. I'm thinking Fannin Jr., the tight end, because Njoku was gone. Njoku was like, "I'm gone immediately." As soon as it was time for him to get out of there, he like, "I'm out," and he was not quiet about leaving.
No, he wasn't.
So now though, leaves the job to the kid, right? This guy had got in games and showed flashes of brilliance.
Yeah.
But now you know how it is, right? When you come in, you sub in and you come in fresh and make plays in the game where everybody else has kind of been playing already, and you get open and flash. Well, can you do the play in and play out responsibilities of an everyday tight end? That's what we want to see.
True.
And they're gonna need him. And also, Coop, I almost said Mason Graham, but because it is a offensive league, sort of, I went with the tight end as a more visual thing. But Mason also, because Thanos got out of there, they replaced him with somebody though that's good. But now more people, it's going to be a little bit more focus in there on you in the interior, Graham. So you give me a 1A and a 1B for Cleveland. Graham and Fannin Jr.
There will be no 1B player for me. They lucky I'm even picking somebody from this team.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
We're professional hats here. Matter of fact, there we go. There we go. Let y'all know who the division winner is, and y'all still got to roll Russ. Pause. So, come see us, Cleveland. All right. You ready for the professional hat, brother?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
The Denver Broncos, man. I'm gonna keep it simple.
Let me go first and get it over with.
Okay, let's go.
and this might be a hot take. They need Bo Nix.
Not a hot take at all.
Right? People might be like, oh, he already broke out. When?
Yeah, when?
No, seriously. For real, though. I'm serious, man. When? What has he done? I started to say somebody else, and these guys are loaded, by the way. They got top people at key positions along the offensive and defensive line. It's very crazy. Cornerbacks, they got edge players, top players. So it's got to be an offensive guy when you say these guys, right? So for me, it's quarterback, Coop. The effing QB.
I picked an offensive player too. A guy who you and I talked about last year, who was on our scouting report, Mr. RJ Harvey.
RJ, yeah.
His rookie season didn't quite meet expectations. You know, he managed 3.7 yards per carry. You know,
this is a great candidate for a breakout, bro. And it, part of my thing was being petty about the whole Bronco shit. That's why I said the quarterback.
Cool.
This is an excellent choice right here. This kid.
Yeah. I just feel like and here's the crazy part. There was nothing wrong with their line. So I don't know. I just don't understand why RJ couldn't get it cracking. You know what I mean?
He's not getting I don't think he was getting the carries.
Yeah.
He wasn't carrying the entire workload. They had a couple, they did like a by committee type thing. It's like they were scared to hand him the keys. Only thing I can say is he didn't win them over in camp.
No, he must not.
He didn't win them over in camp to where they didn't have the trust to put him out there. And when they did put him out there, they didn't put him out there for long stretches.
Right, exactly. And it's
he's got to get over all that. So I said Knicks, but I really agree with you. He's got to get over all of that, bro. And yeah, this is a great selection because I believe he has solid potential.
Yeah.
And it's going to end up being a little bit more in this league than people thought. He was kind of an afterthought in that running back in that class with all those running backs.
Yeah.
Right? The Judkins, Genty, Henderson. Oh, you name it, bro. It was plenty.
Yep. Amari and Hampton. Man. Houston Texans. This is going to be interesting for me, my brother. I'm going to just get right to it. The whole offensive line. And they made some great additions. I like the Braden Smith pickup, the Wyatt Teller, and the Keelan Rutledge. But the one that really bothers me is the Ursery guy, the left tackle. He's the only weak link that's still there. So I might as well just say Ursery needs to be a breakout candidate because that left side is not impressive. So I know this is just, I think this is his second year. It's going to be a second year. So these are some good people that they brought in.
Yeah.
Sort of like the kid with the Cincinnati. You need to show your talent with these guys here and make it happen, man. You need to block for CJ. Kid was running for his life last year. So,
this guy I scouted big time. Wanted the Raiders to draft him.
Mm-hmm.
The Iowa State, another set of guys that came ready to play.
Yep.
They drafted two receivers from the same school at this time, and I don't blame them. But it's time for the big fella, Jaden Higgins.
Man,
He finished the year strong, but it's time for him to emerge. And I'm not saying take over for Nico, but take over for Nico, pretty much, bro. It's time to. I like the way he finished the season last year, and I think he's going to be trending up. And I think the breakout candidate for them is this kid, Jaden Higgins.
Yeah. All righty. The Colts. Shout out to my guy Jay Will. I'm going to keep it simple here. Like I told you, I knew these guys when they lived in Georgia. It's a Josh Downs, a solid receiver for a better part of his the first 3 years in the NFL. He'll always make the most of a significant impact for the slot receiver. But now that Pittman Jr. is gone, and Alec Pierce's health problems, we're not quite sure if he'd even start week 1. Josh, this is your time to step up, kid. I feel like you could be a breakout candidate that could really be all the like. I just feel like this year can make or break your career, my guy, if that makes any sense. Because you have the flashes to be a solid receiver in this league. So now, this is the time to show your true playmaking abilities that you had in North Carolina and show them the reason why they drafted you. So I'm going to pick Josh Downs for Carolina. Indianapolis Colts.
And I'm a piggyback on your Josh Downs because for all the reasons you said. Also, it's just a question. We know you can do it in flashes when the focus wasn't on you.
Exactly.
You flat out won some games for them. But now that you're going to be relied upon for chain moving, right, and not just deep shots, flash plays, I'm interested to see if you can get it done in and out because it's two different jobs. That's two different, right? It's playing wide receiver, but that shit is two different job descriptions, bro.
Yes, it is.
So I'm interested to see what's going to happen with him, and I'm a agree with you on that, Josh Downs, for all the reasons you said.
Yes, sir. Jaguars. Is it obvious? It's Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this too. Young kid, don't let the frustrating debut season sour. Don't let it go to sour, my guy. We knew you was hurt. So I was among the many who got caught up in the hype. I was definitely one. Wondering if this two-way unicorn might have a chance to win both Rookie of the Year awards and stuff like that. I was high on him. I really was. But at the same time, that season knee injury is still bothering me a little bit. Will he have the same impact that he had? He wasn't in the conversations of either. But looking back, however, it was incredible. He had an unreasonable place. He's in an unreasonable place. Let's just keep it. The system he's in, my guy. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna pick Travis Hunter because I feel still like he has the talent to be a star in this league. Where receiver corner, I don't know, but I feel like Jaguars need to have a plan for a two-way player like that.
Yeah, I agree that it's Travis, and I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna have to pick a side, bro.
You said this last year too. Yeah, you did.
This is not college. It's tough to do in college,
right?
And the league is just so specialized in everything.
Yeah.
It comes to a point of being able to work, right? Are you putting in enough work to be a good corner? No, because you over there trying to be a decent slot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, are you putting in enough work to be a decent slot? No, because you got to go over here and try to play corner.
Right.
So just because you talented, the league that's where all the talented guys are. And now his case more than ever, when you see him out there looking kind of stock, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's not particularly big, pause, and he can look like a stock 4th-round pick at corner sometimes, and then he can show flashes sometimes. Same at the wideout. You know, he look like a 3rd-round pick sometimes.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. You're going to be a 3rd-round, 4th-round pick at both spots, or are you just going to lock in at one and be that number one? You know, you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Lock in at one and then be that top flight, be getting mentioned on those lists that we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. But I think as it stands, trying to do both, he won't be listed on either one.
No, he won't be. Which is sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
And I'm not hating. I ain't hating. I'm just saying, bro. This the league, bro.
Yeah, that's just some honesty for you, bro.
It's the league. All that, yeah, man.
Yeah, all
that's the little league and high school. Honestly, college, he is special, for being able to do it at D1 college.
Yes.
But now it's time to leave it alone, man. And I don't even know, you know, what side he should choose is another show in itself, I would say.
I agree.
At least a few hot segments of a show for sure. So, but yeah, that's what I think on this. Travis Hunter as well.
Definitely Travis Hunter. Here we go. Kansas City Chiefs. I'm gonna say Jalen Royals. Stop me if you heard this before. So the Chiefs, once again, people, are heading into a season with the major question mark at receivers, right?
Yeah.
We have not seen this before. Is Rasheed Rice going to stay on the field with his troubles? Xavier Worthy bouncing back and forth from disappointing sophomore seasons. Who else? I don't know who else. But anyway, like I said, the main concern with those two. Can this kid be a top playmaker for Mahomes? An immediate level. And what do we always say? On the field help now for Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to say yes, he could. I was a fan of him. He has great separation skills. He has run after the catch ability. You know, he was a dog at Utah State. You and I talked about him. You know, so if Rice is a primarily underneath option here and Worthy can be, like, you know, just use Worthy for his speed, I feel Jalen Williams is going to be a great candidate for the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's a good one. I'm going to go a little bit different direction because of what they lost. I'm going to say the guy Noel Williams, corner, has really big shoes to fill.
Yes,
in that Spagnuolo defense. He's replacing a really good player. And do we expect him to beat McDuffie right away? No, because McDuffie is first team All-Pro, right?
Yep.
So, but when you're replacing a guy like that, you can't just be stock. You got to be bringing something to the table. So they saying he's starting the number one corner, Noel Williams, for the Chiefs. That's my candidate.
That's a good. You already know
It's
this
us.
is your floor is yours, my brother. I'm quiet.
So yeah, it's a few guys. It's a lot of guys that I want to see. It's a lot of guys on the Raiders that I want to see break out.
All right.
Besh, Thornton, Mendoza, you name it, bro. The DBs, McCoy, Masses, Stukes, also on defense, Crawford, all of the rookies. But okay, so that ain't what we're doing here, though.
No. This is your team. I want to. This is a great.
If
This
I
could
had
be
to
a
just
great.
narrow it down to one guy, I'm gonna say Jack Bash. Okay, because for the Raiders to kind of get where they are going, okay, they want to get where they want to go. Somebody has to emerge as a dirty work type of receiver, right? Over the middle, the grimy catches, the chain movers, the the 3rd and 7, and you get 7.5 as you dove down and catch the ball, or that you maybe took a decent shot to secure the first down. We need that guy, the dirty work guy. And I think Best can be that. I think he's down to do it. The talent, does he have it? And that is who I'm going to select. And I could have selected a bunch of guys, like I said, but I'm going to say Las Vegas Raiders, wide receiver Jack Bash, second-year guy, second-round pick last year from TCU.
You're going to be shocked at who I'm going to pick. But I'm going to go with the stud, the rookie stud from last year. I'm going to go with Ashton Jeanty. Hear me out. You wouldn't know it based on the surface levels numbers he had. But I argue that Jeanty actually met expectations last year. So there's only so much a running back can do. There's only so much he can do, my guy. But when he's stuck behind the offensive line that consistently overwhelmed by opponents, this kid forced 61 missed tackles last year, tied among all running backs. A lot of people didn't even know that. He flirted with 1,000 yards in the run game. Listen. The NFL's worst mark since 2012. I feel like Clint Kubiak's outside zone scheme and the addition of a 4-time Pro Bowler center, Mr. Tyler, should give Jeanty the help that he needs to start ripping off these explosive runs that we saw at Boise State. So I'm going to pick Ashton Jeanty.
Sure would be nice, boy. Sure would be nice.
Yes. Another rival of you guys, the Chargers, LAC. Let's just, the cat's out of the bag. Everybody know who I'm going to say. Mr. Marion Hampton. I know you was hurt, kid, but I expect you to have a decent year this year. You were decent enough in abbreviated rookie campaign. You know, Ragu and I spoke highly of you. You know, posting only 545 yards before your injury. I get it. 4 touchdowns, of course. And it was only, I think, in 8 games. You know, you had the mid-season injury, but come on, man. This kid at North Carolina was a standout. You know, I feel like year 2, he should be the breakout, especially in a Mike McDaniel's offensive scheme. We know Jim loves to run the ball, so why not go with Mr. Marion Hampton? He's been cleared to practice. Know he had a few plays at camp, so I'm looking forward to seeing what Mr. Marion Hampton has to offer for the Chargers.
For me, last year playing a little bit of college football, Actually, check that. It would have been the college football 25, right? The one that first returned, right? It was 25, right?
25.
So yeah, I was playing with Syracuse a lot, and tight end caught my eye. Aronde Gadsden was a terrific athletic tight end. End up looking at him play in person, and he looked the part and was as advertised. And then he got drafted by the Chargers, and then they didn't use him.
Nope.
So I'm still looking for him to break out. I think he's gonna be a good tight end in the NFL. I'm not sure what's holding him back. You know, the coaches I assume know more than I do on this, but I look for him to break out this year and become one of the better pass catching tight ends in the league.
That might be difficult too, because the Njoku just went over there.
Yeah, and they have Njoku, and Kohler is scheduled to be the frontline guy. Charlie Kohler signed a $24 million contract this past offseason. So, you know, follow the money. He's going to be out there. It's just a matter of who else.
So the Syracuse kids might not get nothing. Damn, bro.
Yeah, I would say that Gadsden and Njoku will be fighting for that backup spot or that double tight end spot when they run in 12 personnel or whatever. And they're going to do that. They're going to run 12 and 13 personnel. That's something that Harbaugh does. So, you know, that's why they're kind of stacking up on tight ends. Pause.
No, you good. I wasn't going to say nothing. I wasn't going to say. We are on the Miami Dolphins. I figured, the allies is going to be on the defense, Malik Willis. The offense. But I'm going to go defense here.
Oh, okay.
Defensive lineman, Mr. Kenneth Grant, was one of the most interesting prospects in 2025 draft. I talked about him. Short selecting a nose tackle with the number 13 pick overall. Seemed a little aggressive at the time. I even clowned the Dolphins for it, but I feel like this kid does have potential. He's an aggressive player. He could be a straight bulldozer. I feel like he should be the breakout candidate for their defense, help their defense. I know this is a rebuilding team, and I'm not even quite sure what direction the Dolphins is going into, but he has a true combination of size and movement skills that I have never seen from a defensive lineman such as myself. Thank you. But, incredible on the line with the run game, slipping out of the blocks. And like I said, the footwork is amazing. So I feel like Mr. Kenneth Grant has what it takes to be a Miami Dolphins breakout candidate.
So last year, had a couple weeks where my fantasy team got saved by this one kid in Jacksonville. And this guy has been traded or through free agency or whatever happened. Not sure on the transaction, how it went down, but I'm pretty sure that it was a free agency signing. Malik Washington is now a Dolphin. So Malik would have been low-hanging fruit, right? That's an easy one. We don't want to just take the easy way out all the time. But in a certain way that this is still on Malik as well, because Malik has to get this kid the football. But this kid is dynamic, Coop. Punt return, kick return, gadget, slot, big play ability waiting to happen. Like to see him be more of and probably why he signed with Miami, the promise of a bigger role, right? A more consistent role. Waddle's gone. They ran that whole team out of there, right? They flipped the whole roster.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Malik Washington for the Dolphins, except for in week 1. Week 1, we want you to do nothing. Stand down.
Wow. Oh man. New York Jets. I'm not gonna go with any rookies. I'm not gonna put the pressure on them. Don't care about Geno Smith. Garrett Wilson's gonna do what he do. But the former Colts receiver who just went over there, Mr. Adonai Mitchell. He might be an interesting name on this entire list, and I'm gonna tell you why. Considering how this kid's career has started, he's probably a bit of a long shot. He was a former second rounder who needs to be more consistent at catch point and avoid costly mistakes like he's been doing. Like dropping the ball, we all know, before the goal line. I don't know if you guys seen that play. But he has speed. He has great route running skills. You know, he has a lot to offer. He could be an impact receiver. And I'm betting that another year of development and the opportunity to play with an aggressive downfield passer. I cannot believe I said that about Jimmy Smith. Will enable to emerge this kid as a legitimate number 2 option opposite of Garrett Wilson. So I'm going to go with Adonai Mitchell. Excuse me, sorry, Eugene. I didn't mean to say Gino. I'm going to say Eugene. So forgive me.
So, Patriots.
No, we on the Jets.
Oh, New York Jets.
Yes.
Who'd you say?
I said Adonai Mitchell.
Okay, all right. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do. You don't want to have rookies on here.
No, I don't. Like I said, I'm not gonna put the pressure on any rookie.
But I think the tight end, Sadiq, needs to emerge right away as a target for Eugene. Eugene is going to need that, bro. Mm-hmm. If they're going to have any type of success, if Coach Glenn is going to have any chance of keeping his job,
mm-hmm.
We need the tight end to have a big year, man. So I'm going to say Kenyon Sadiq, athletic guy, could be a matchup problem. And it could be work out beneficially to Geno and Aaron Glenn if this guy has a breakout year.
Mm-hmm. Nice one. Not bad.
And I'm all about the brothers, man, helping the brothers keep their job, man.
Most definitely. That's what I'm saying. I'm rooting for Coach Glenn. You know, I really want to see this guy succeed. He's a good coach. You know, I feel like he deserves to have his own team. And I'm rooting for him. You know, I'm gonna keep rooting for the brothers. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You know. But here we go. Patriots. Mine's is pretty simple.
Yeah.
What?
Who you got?
I'm gonna keep it simple. The guy we talked about last year, Mr. Kyle Williams. And this may feel like a risky pick here, but I'm gonna say this though. We know they added AJ Brown, clearly the number 1. Romeo Doubs, probably gonna be a number 2 if he can stay consistent. But on the other side, you know, you still have, you know, with DeMario Douglas, Matt Collins, Keyshawn Boots still in the mix, you know. This kid Williams faces a stiff competition, you know, for a number 3, you know. So I'm gonna have to pick Kyle Williams, man. I need this kid to be heading in the right direction because he has a lot of promise. And I felt like he's a good target for Drake May, especially like, you know, if AJ Brown goes down or Romeo Doubs goes down. This kid can step up and actually be a true number 1. in my opinion. Great route running skills. And he has the speed to take off the top. He's a great long shot. And he makes plays after the catch. I'm going to say Kyle Williams.
So New England, right? I don't have the sexy pick. Pause. But a guy who had high expectations got drafted extremely high, 4th overall, and for the most part did not have a good rookie campaign, man. We're gonna keep it 1,000 out here. We're not gonna sugarcoat anything. Didn't have a good rookie year.
Nope.
And that's Will Campbell, man, offensive tackle. So New England, Drake May, Travion Henderson, that entire city need this guy to pan out. They need this guy to be what they thought they were drafting, or this sets you back a ways, right? When you draft somebody 4th and it doesn't work out, that's a setback, bro. That's a major loss of talent. And so far, he hasn't shown that he's going to be able to be that 10-year guy that we talk about on the O-line. Not saying that he's not going to be, but I like to see him start getting to that right now this season. So I know it's not the sexy pick. Guys don't want to hear about linemen all the time, but, I have selected a few linemen on here, and that's just the way I look at it, man. That's football. It's what it's all about up front.
Here we go. Steelers Nation. Steelers fans, I want to read something first. I want to read something from this bozo from the Pittsburgh News. The Steelers have fought tooth and nail to resist the obvious need for a reset, but I'm pretty sure concerned that everything will finally fall apart for this team this year. Only reason for optimism is the fact that they quietly built one of the NFL's most impressive young offensive lines that will probably crumble during the season. They do not have high hopes for this team at all. So look for the Steelers to have their first losing record in 22 years. I love when y'all talk this bullshit. So with that being said, I agree with you on one part. Yes, we have one of the most impressive young offensive lines, which is going to lead me to this pick, the center, Mr. Zach Frazier. And I'm going to say this. The tackles will get majority of the attention in this group. And understandably so. Dropping in the max guy who just got drafted the first, opposite of Troy, who's been hurt, who's going to make a solid return this year. And we have Pro Bowl caliber, he's a Pro Bowl. Mr. Frazier's a Pro Bowl caliber player. So his unique combination of athleticism and power makes him one of the better interior run blockers in the game, who nobody really talks about. Zach Frazier is one of the most underrated centers that nobody talks about, and who has some nice flashes throughout the season, but nobody was paying attention. Only thing they focus on us is our downfall. Like my man Jadakiss said, none of them better. If y'all know, you know. If you're a Locks fan, you know that song. I don't think nobody can wreck with our line. We got a young offensive line that's hungry, but it's going to be a leader of the Zach Frazier. So I feel like he was second behind Creed Humphrey, in my opinion. That's a hot take, maybe. But I'm going to go with Zach Frazier.
So about the Steelers, I feel like this is my view of him. A lot of you Steelers fans probably don't care about this guy. And he's looked like he's getting buried further and further. down the depth chart, and he's not. I don't think he's looked at favorably. However, Caleb Johnson, man, I don't even know what their plan is for him, but I always thought he was going to be a good NFL back, bro.
Me too.
I hate being wrong on guys.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna say something.
Yeah, I thought already at this point that he would have more of a significant role and be more of a name in the league, more of a presence. Like he would have already made his name in the league, but that hasn't happened. And they brought in Rico to go along with Jalen Warren, right? So now he looks like he's even buried further down the depth chart if he makes the team, which is crazy. But I'm gonna still stick with that, even though he's probably on the roster bubble. I'm gonna stick with what my thought about the Steelers are, and I'm gonna hope that Caleb Johnson can make a significant leap and become a key contributor and a major factor on the Steelers.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna only say this because we've seen what Jalen Warren can do. I don't think he's going to be on the team very much longer. So that's why I'm saying give Caleb some time.
Yeah. And they brought in Dowdle too, right? So
right. I feel like him and Dowdle could be the future. But there's no case that even Dowdle can stay with us still. Because I think, he only 3 years? He only signed 3 years?
Not sure. I didn't see the
yeah, he only signed 3 years, so. But I think Jalen's on his final contract here. And I don't see us resigning him. But only time will tell. I hope that Caleb, sticks with this. He has what it takes to be a promising. Made a few rookie mistakes last year. Y'all know
that. Yeah, he did.
But all is forgiven, Tennessee Titans, is it obvious? It's Cam Ward. Box score scouts will obviously be low on Ward. None of his numbers even hint at a successful rookie campaign. But anyone who watched the Titans play last year saw a supremely talented young passer. That's what I saw. I feel like a more competent coaching staff, which they do have now this year, alongside with some new arrivals. Drafted Carnell Tate, Wendell Robinson, the receiver from the Giants, and I feel like Calvin Ridley's going to step back up. So Ward does have some weapons in there. Eric Alat, DK. There's about good 5 receivers over there.
Yeah, so I am Manor, DK, right? Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know how you say his name.
Yeah, the guy from Stanford.
Yeah.
Run game, I'm a little shaky on, but I feel like Cam was gonna have a promising sophomore. It may not be long before we're talking about last year's number 1 pick as one of the NFL's brightest young stars. So I'm gonna go.
And this is coming from a guy that mid-season last year was very unimpressed with Mr. Ward. If I recall correctly, right?
Why you bringing that shit up?
So look, I got a different twist because I feel the same way about all of the players that you said, right? You named a lot of players, and of course Cam. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put a twist on it as we. This is the last player, the team in the AFC, I believe.
Yes, sir.
As we wrap it up, and I think it's time for Coach Robert Saleh to break out as a coach. You got fired before, you're getting a second chance, right? You got a decent core of players to work with as your defensive guy. You got this young franchise QB, right? You're kind of set up. You set up kind of cool. So what you gonna do, Saleh? I'm gonna say breakout candidate is Coach Robert Saleh in his second stint as a head coach. So he had to go in there and interview and say something to make them, because he was one of the first guys to get a job.
Yes.
So I'm going to put the twist on it right there, bro, for the finale of the AFC. And I'm going to say not a player, but the coach.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I salute you, my brother. That's a good one. That's a solid one. Man, what another great show. Anything else you want to add, my brother?
No, man, stay tuned for the NFC. That is coming shortly. Thanks for rocking with us. We appreciate you. You know,
Sir.
I ain't gonna hold you.
You already know, man. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, and everything on both channels. So,
Yes, sir. Just win, baby.
Yes, sir.
Peace.